Hello, hello. Welcome back. The API for the pals, and we're back to where we left off. So where did we left off last time? Well, last time we left off at scraping the website, and we had some errors that we encountered. So we're gonna try and see if that's gonna happen again. And if it happens again, we're gonna have to fix it somehow. So for now, what we want to do is we want to run this script, and hopefully it does not bug out like last time. So yes, this is right now what we have so far. So let's see if we can get this to where we want. And let's run this. So I'm hoping that this time we should have everything covered, but if we don't, we're gonna have to see what we need to fix. This will take another while for it to scrape all the stuff. So let's be a little patient right now. The reason why there was errors last time was because the site that we're scraping on doesn't have data, doesn't have some data in some of its part features. It was missing data on some pages, so we had to handle that somehow. And that's what we did. And let's just see this time if that's gonna happen again. So yeah, this is gonna take about 16 minutes, which is a fairly long time. While that's happening, let's see. Let's see what we can look at. So let's discuss like what we want to do for our API, right? We can either use Express or Fast API. And I'm fairly familiar with Fast API. So I want to try out Express. That's probably what I'm going to try to do. And I'm going to try to do it in TypeScript because, typing makes things easier. Now, how that's going to work, we're going to once my data. Could also put this JSON file into like convert it to a database. Could be relational or non-relational. But if we do that, we're gonna have to host that database somewhere. So that's the problem. We could use like services, cloud services, but that could be not cheap. So I think right now we're gonna stick to just a JSON. But if we did do a database, it would be really easy to just query things since the feature's already built in. But we're just gonna stick with JSON for now, unless we feel like our data is gonna change a lot. Then we'll do something different. Let's take a look at our progress. Reformat code. Yeah, so currently this is what we got so far. Looks pretty clean. We can probably delete this since we're using the Pi version. Yeah. Alright, so we're just gonna have to wait. Let's also check how fast. Well, my internet speed isn't that fast, but also the response of the website is also not that fast either. So in a way, it doesn't really matter how fast my internet speed is if the upload speed of or if the response of the page isn't fast. Because I think that's like the bottleneck. Yeah, so this is gonna take a while. I'm just gonna be right back when this is done. Alright. Seems like an error happened. And I have no idea what that error is. Because I did not do what it's supposed to do. Anyway, so we were pretty close. And we're missing Warsect. And from what we're looking at here, all right, let's check this out. So this is what we currently have so far. It's a lot, but we are still not done because somehow Warsec has crashed. So we're gonna have to check out what is wrong. So let me do this. I'm gonna scrape Warsec. I think that's the PAL that was causing a problem. Warsec, yeah. Let's check out why you're causing that problem. You give me some sort of error. It's probably because something is missing on that page. Okay, so apparently there's no name or ID on Warsec. Let's take a look at the page. So if we go to the site, it should give you more insight on why Warsec is not in there. Ooh, nothing has been found for Warsec. Wonder why. Let's see if that even exists in the database. Okay, it's right here. I had no idea why, but for some reason, Warsec is queried like this. There's a dash. That is really, really weird. So, overall, I think we should be fine. We just need to put this right here, I believe, and we can pretty much do the exact same thing. And we're not, this because we know where we stopped at. We don't want to run the entire thing again. So instead, what we're going to do is, this is going to be JSON dot loads how to be, no, that's not it. Should be how's JSON. And we're gonna import path. So that I can get some hints in here. That's not JSON. Right. It seems like this isn't actually used. I guess it doesn't take a string. I mean, it doesn't take a pathlet, which is weird. But whatever, I'll just do this. And this should supposedly work. Hopefully it doesn't ruin my data. Let's JSON.loads. Seems like it didn't load my stuff. Decentralized serialized. Let me see how that works. Hold up. Oh, is it because I'm using loads and not load? That might be the reason. Yeah, that's probably. Oh, it also takes a file object. Nah, I think it's fine. Let's use load and open with file object. I want to just do read. Let's try that again. Oh, and I did it wrong. Stop that. Because I don't want to rewrite this entire thing. Right, we want to... What we want to do instead... Okay, pals.dict, yeah. So instead of doing that, we want to only enumerate the last. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I'm correct, we can just do -5, and that should work. Let me see how I want to do this. Okay, so the way I'm doing this, okay, we gotta change this to for I in, or actually we can just do pal.items, and we want to only get the last 5, right? And in theory, this should work. And it still did not do what I thought it was gonna do. Since this is not subscriptable, because this is not what I thought it was. We could turn this to a list and then it would be, but this is very ugly, I'll be honest. But we only need this as a temporary solution. This is very slow, but this is not like for very big data sets, so it should be fine. All right. Let's see if that worked. So let's take a look at the last few. We should have, the last one was it Warsect? Let's see if Warsect is in here. Okay, yeah, Warsec is in here. So that's where we left off, and it seems like we have everything. Though this is sorted by a name rather than number. So it is kind of weird, but we could easily sort this by number. So let's just do that actually. So we don't need this anymore. Or if we do, yeah, that should be fine. We don't need this really. With this JSON loads, and we don't need this. So I think this is supposed to return a JSON. I'm not 100% sure. Type Clubhouse dig. Well, it's a dictionary, so we don't need to worry about that. I can do let me sort this. Is there any way to sort this? Yeah, okay, so we can sort this. And it goes all the way to 111 BU. So if you sort this, is there in place? What's the... No, we can do key, but we don't want to do that. I think this should be fine. Just sort it like this. Oh, it seems like it gives me an iterable. And we don't really want iterables. We want a dictionary. So we're going to convert this back into a dictionary if it's possible. And then we can print files.get to make sure that's right before we overwrite it. Okay, maybe not. Let me just, okay, I think the best idea is to search up how to sort dictionary Python. Items. Now this should work now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I got interrupted for a bit, but should be fine. And we can just R plus. We want to overwrite it. So do this again. And we just want to write it back. And we want to dot or JSON dump pound stick to F. That should work. Great, now it should be sorted. Yeah, it's sorted now. Yeah. It's looking pretty good. So we have our data. And it looks like it's all correct. Exactly how I envisioned it to be. And at this point, I think we can definitely start making our server, right? In our API. Yeah, this looks all right. Yes, we can start making our API now. Now, how our API is going to work is going to be a whole different thing. We're going to need to design our API, right? That's probably what we want to do next. So, how do I want this to look? Let's start designing this before we do any coding, right? Because that's what we need to do. What's like a tool to design an API? Well, we can just start with Google Docs. Even though it's not like the best idea, we could have and then Alright, so I'm getting interrupted again. So I think it's best if we save this for next time. That way I can do this more smoothly and without any interruptions.